Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. Hi, hello, I am Loey and I lead a really weird and kind of crazy life, and a lot of unexplainable things happen to me all the time. And before you look at the title and you're like, she's literally lost her mind, like I'm unsubscribing, all of this stuff, I want you guys to kind of hear this out. I have some sort of updates to the like scary things going on in my house right now. If you've not seen like part 1 of this, go ahead and watch that first. I'll link it down below. Pause this, go get a snack, it's a long video. Today I don't have the time to film and get ready, and I was just like, oh well, I'll wait, but like I feel like I really want to get this out and upload this video, so I thought I would just get ready with you guys. I packed a little makeup bag. This is from Morphe. They gifted it to me at BeautyCon. And I'm gonna like go spend the night at my friend's house, and I'll tell you why in this video, because I hate being here, but I realized last night that I can't escape any of this. So I'm gonna use the Dior Bb Cream. This is in the shade number 002. It's also filthy. I use it constantly. I really like this. I also primed with Dior Forever primer. So I'm just gonna like get ready with you guys. There's probably gonna be minimal editing in this, and I'm gonna tell you what has been going on. In terms of the title of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and get this story out of the way first. Although you're gonna kind of see the live footage of this in a different video, because I recorded it because I kind of didn't know what I was doing. And you may think, oh, I look great, by the way. You may think that's like crazy. How can you like use a Ouija board and not know what you're doing? But okay, so my friends and I went to Disneyland. My best friends are in town from New York, they're visiting, and I was like, please let me take you guys to Disneyland. Like, I just want you to have like a really fun day. They had never really experienced it before. Like this Dior Bb Cream, by the way, look at this. It's amazing. Like, I just kind of blend it in with a beauty blender. Look at that. It's just such a nice finish, and it's really light. So we went to Disneyland, and I had decided that while we were there, because my friends and I really didn't have a lot of time to collab, they also do YouTube. If you want to subscribe to them, their names are Andrew and Brittany and Taylor. I have collabed with all of them before on my channel. Brittany, Taylor, and I did like a twin story time, and then Andrew and I did like a crazy date story time. So I'll link their channels below if you want to go subscribe. But you'll see that Disneyland video come out because I had decided, since we didn't have a ton of time to collab, that what I would do was, while we were at Disneyland, because they're not very into like haunted Disney things, you know, like I always talk about like scary Disney conspiracy theories and stuff on my channel. So what I kind of decided to do was, while we were there, I was like, well, this will kind of be like a collab. Like, you guys can react to some of these like, you know, ghost stories. We can use like these ghost hunting apps as like a joke, you know what I mean? And it'll be really fun. And so I had downloaded, during this little trek to Disneyland, a Ouija board app. Once again, because those ghost apps are very obviously fake. I had used one of them in a video before, and people got really mad at me. They're like, you know that's not real. Like, I understand that it's probably not real. I mean, I don't really think it could be, just because it's like, it's a cell phone. So this part did not get on camera. But we were in the Finding Nemo ride, and basically I was like, hey, you know, I'm gonna film this bit of the video when we get over to Pirates of the Caribbean, because supposedly that's like one of the most haunted rides at Disney. Let's like see how this, you know, phone Ouija board, I'm just gonna conceal really quick. This is Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, but I was like, let's just see how this Ouija board app works, so that I'm not like super confused when we get over to Pirates, because it was kind of getting late and the lines were moving really quickly. There wasn't like a lot of downtime to use these apps. This is Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer for highlighting. So we had used it over in the Finding Nemo ride, and we were asking questions like, are we talking to a spirit? And it was so weird, because when I would end off a question, the planchette on the little Ouija board app would move. And I was kind of like, wow, it must have like some sort of voice recognition software that like hears you end a question, you know what I mean? Like when your voice goes up when you end a question. I really genuinely thought nothing of it, because I just thought like there's no way that's real. I've said before I would never use a Ouija board again, but once again, like, it's a cell phone app. Like, it had 3 stars on iTunes. I did not think this was a problem. So the planchette was like moving in this little app. And I was kind of like, wow, this is kind of crazy, because we weren't moving the phone, no one was tilting it. You can't move the planchette, you can only hold down on the board. So like there was no room for, you know, Brittany or Taylor, who they were playing with me, and then Andrew didn't want to touch it, but they couldn't have moved the planchette. There's literally no room for error with this thing. So the planchette was moving like crazy, like saying yes, no, like I asked like, did you die at Disneyland? And it went to no. I said, are your ashes spread at Disneyland? It said no. Like all of this different stuff. Like I asked if the spirit was at Disneyland because it loved being here, and it went to yes. Like it literally was answering questions and like spelling out nonsense, and it was so freaking strange. And I was just like, that's so interesting. Like this is such a, you know, kind of funny app. And we get over to Pirates of the Caribbean, and you'll see it in the video. It like doesn't move, and it moves a lot differently, and it moves very slowly, not the way that it had before. And we were doing everything the same. Taylor and I both had our fingers on the phone, holding down the board on the phone screen, and it was moving, and it was like spelling out, I don't know, it spelled like FGG6 or something like that, just like nonsense, obviously. But it was doing yes and no, but it was moving so slowly, like so slowly. The other thing was, in Finding Nemo, I said, okay, goodbye to the board, and the planchette moved down to literally like move down to goodbye, because we couldn't move the planchette. But once again, I assumed it was like a voice recognition software thing. It wasn't doing anything when we were at the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and it was really creepy. And maybe the board, maybe that app is like designed to only work sometimes, like to literally do this and scare you, but I don't know, man. I was just like, you know, wasn't thinking this was real. I've also been blending for like 30 minutes. I'm really sorry. We do this, we play with the Ouija board and get onto the Haunted Mansion ride right after Pirates of the Caribbean. And the ride gets stuck while we're going upside down. So basically, you'll see it again in the vlog. We get stuck in a spot where like there's this crow like barking in our face, like caw, 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 and all of this. And I was just like, what are the odds that the ride gets stuck for like 10 minutes while we have just played the Ouija board? Phenomenal. Great. I always set under my eyes with a little bit of Airspun loose translucent powder, although I really should start using something else. I've heard this stuff isn't great for you, that the ingredients aren't like wonderful, but I'm also cheap, so. It's so funny because like normally this makeup routine, like I would be done by now. I've been filming for 9 minutes, but when I talk, I just get so excited. Also, like, can you believe BB Cream and Concealer? This stuff is amazing. Please, if you can afford it, definitely grab that Dior BB Cream. I think it's worth the splurge. I think it's the best BB cream I've ever used in my life. Like better than IT Cosmetics CC Cream, better than any of them. And I know it's Dior, I know it's not like inexpensive, but I also feel like it lasts a really long time. Did you hear my voice? Who is she? What is she doing? So that had happened, and I was pretty creeped out at the time. I just kept thinking like, why did that stupid app game like work in one part of the park and not the other? Like it was just weird. And then I kept thinking like, crap, did I play with the Ouija board? And like, I, of course at the time, like was like, oh, it's a game, but did I play with the Ouija board again? Like, am I gonna get messed up from this? And the answer, friends, is yeah. I'm gonna set the rest of my face using a little bit of MAC Fix Plus powder. I would normally use something a little bit more lightweight, but I'm kind of out of a lot of my powders right now. Let me see if I have something else actually. I do have something a little bit lighter. I'm just gonna use Rimmel's Stay Matte powder in the color Natural instead, just because it's not as like full coverage. So I really like how this sets everything, and you know, it'll just keep it in place. I'm doing lighter makeup because I've been wearing full face makeup recently, but I still want to do a pretty full glam look. I just want to be a little bit more gentle with my skin, and hopefully not cake too much on. I have a party to go to. I'm gonna go see my friends, yada yada yada. So my party I'm really excited about because it's with my book publishers. They're having like a little summer soiree, and they told me that they're bringing me a present, and I think it might be the first copies of my book. I'm so excited to finally start talking about my freaking book, you guys. It's ridiculous. I also am finally gonna get to talk about like a collection I have coming out in stores that you can go buy, that I spent like months putting together, and I'm so freaking excited. Okay, anyways, this is not an update video. This is about creepy things that are happening in my life. All right, so that happened, and this is in the midst of like all of this other creepy stuff I've already told you guys about. I literally think I uploaded the video that, you know, went up like days before we had gone to Disneyland. You can see it on my Instagram if you want the timeline. And so I was pretty freaked out. I was sitting here thinking, well, like, crap, did I stir something up? Did I stir the pot? And honestly, yeah, but also like I don't think, I'm not entirely sure that this hurt anything because I think it was already pretty bad. I'm gonna use a little bit of butter bronzer. You can see I'm going through this like crazy. It's in the light shade. I have to go get some more, but I'm just gonna bronze up the face. The next real thing that I can think of is when I was home, not too long after this, or maybe it was a few days before this. I really, like, the days are all sort of blurring together at this point, but one of the days that I was home alone, a glass fell off my counter, and it was really bizarre because I watched it move. And there's like more to this story. It's not just like, oh, well, the glass fell off my counter. It wasn't on the edge. It wasn't like anything. There was no breeze. It is a glass. It is heavy. It moved from like, I would say a few inches back from the edge of my counter forward and like inched and then just fell off. And I was like staring at it and thinking, how in the world did that even just happen? Shattered into a million pieces. Thank God none of my animals were in the kitchen. I just kept thinking like, what if that had happened when one of my cats was in the kitchen or something like that? You know what I mean? And at first, like, I kept thinking like, maybe, I don't know, they're doing construction downstairs, maybe something bumped something and my glass fell off, but then nothing else rattled. I don't know. It was really creepy, and I'm trying really hard not to think about it because that one I saw with my own eyes. That one really scares the F out of me. So watched a glass fall off my counter. I was sitting on my couch, watched it inch forward, watched it tip off, broke into a million pieces. Thank God nothing was hurt. And whatever, they're Target glasses. I was pretty scared, but whatever. I'm a little bit heavy-handed with the bronzer today. We're gonna have to tone that down. I'm using my viewfinder as my mirror for the most part, so yeah. I haven't been fake tanning as much this season. I was really fake tanning a lot, I feel like, even earlier in the summer, and now I could just like, I don't know, I really hate the fading process of fake tanning so much. I just feel like I'm in a weird place with it right now where I want to be tan, but I despise fake tanner hands. I despise the way that it fades. Like, I wish I would get a natural tan, but then I'm a little bit tan right now. I've been outside a lot. But I wear like SPF 1 million every single day of my life. Like, I am terrified of skin cancer, terrified of damaging my skin. My aunts were really big like on laying out in the sun and like literally putting oil on their bodies, and like they always say how they wish they hadn't because like it aged their skin so rapidly. Do you say aunt or aunts? I say aunt. I'm gonna contour the nose too. I'll use a real mirror for this. So that had happened, and scary, weird. I kind of wanted to drag that story out and make it like suspenseful or whatever, because like at the end of the day, the only upside to this is telling you guys these stories, but like it happened, glass fell off the counter, don't know how, and then that was weird. But I wound up hiring a cleaner. You guys are gonna think that's kind of weird when I wind up telling you the story of what happened to Kiki, but it's a totally different cleaner. It's someone that like my manager and other people have known. So when you wind up watching what happened to Kiki, this is not the same cleaner that was involved in that scenario. But I wound up hiring a cleaner because I haven't been home very much lately, partially because, you know, haunted, and also because like BeautyCon and my friends are in town and Kiki has to go to the vet a lot right now. Other things, I have a horse, I have to go to a barn every single day and, you know, spend hours there. I am working on a lot of projects right now. I'm not really home very much. And so I hired a cleaner kind of just to come by like once a week and tidy up. It only takes like an hour or two. It's not very expensive. I think it's like $30 an hour, and he does a great job. So he's been coming for, I think like, yeah, I mean, like 2 weeks now. So I've only seen him twice, but he's a really nice guy. We always talk every time he comes by. Really quickly, I'm gonna show you guys, I kind of changed the way that I've been contouring my jawline, especially when I have my hair up. Also, Mock! I don't know what she's barking at. Like, you guys watch my videos all the time. Do you ever hear her do that? My animals all seem distressed. It's just great. It's not great. I'm really sad about it. So I like to take a little bit of a darker bronzer. This is Chocolate Soleil by Too Faced. And I'll really focus it on the double chin area and kind of like recess, whatever. I'll take a little bit more, blend it again, and then I'll follow this line from the ear and sort of carve that area out. Instead of like following just up, I feel like when you kind of do this, it looks a lot more natural. Like, look at that. Jawline, amazing, spectacular. Wow. Also, just a bit right there. The outer corners. Wow, do you see this? What was I doing? So now that's done. I'm gonna kind of take my bronzer brush and just quickly blend. So my cleaner was over Sunday, so 2 days ago when I'm filming this on a Tuesday. So Sunday my cleaner comes by and I'm not home, I'm at BeautyCon, and so he's there kind of on his own, and the dogs are in their crates and stuff like that. Christian had put them in their crates before he had left, just so they weren't bothering him. My dogs can get a little bit crazy here recently. That's another story. I don't know what's going on. Also, if you see this, Kiki, I had to give her medication and she got me pretty good. So she also did this to me at the vet's office. They were like, hey, we'll pull her out of her crate. And I was like, no, really, I will do it. Like, do not touch her. To kind of sharpen that, like the bronzer, just lightly take your powder brush and just kind of stamp. This will help sort of fade that jaw contour as well. Like, I'm obsessed with that jaw contour. It's crazy. So he was over by himself and he was cleaning, and I had a wax burner that luckily was not on. Now, this wax burner has already been knocked over once. My cat Lupin knocked it off the counter. It got everywhere. It got on his fur. It got in everything. I spent like an hour cleaning it up. And so I kind of had already seen that, and it hadn't broken the time that he knocked it over. It had just like hit the floor. It's like a little ceramic wax cleaner. And I come into the door and my cleaner is still there. His name is Angel. And I'm like, hey Angel, like, how's your day? How's everything going? Can I help with anything? And he was immediately like, Lo, like, I don't know how to tell you this, but your wax burner thing broke. And I was like, oh, that's okay. It was like 20 bucks on Amazon, no harm, no foul, I don't care, but thank you for telling me. And he said, no, you don't understand. I was cleaning in the other room and it fell off of the counter. The problem with this is that, once again, the dogs were put up and they can't really get on the counters, but the cats were also put up. And the cats are currently all staying in Christian's room with Kiki. She is recovering right now. She really likes the company, I think. When the other cats aren't in there, everybody just cries and they just want to be together. They're very, it's really sweet, actually. I told you guys how my cat Lily will walk around and just scream about nothing too, and like, I didn't want her to scare Angel or anything like that. So all of the cats were in my brother's room. The door was closed. He had not gone into that room yet. And he said he was literally cleaning in the other room. He just hears something, you know, crash in the kitchen. So he walks out and the candle burner is broken. And like, if he had broken it, I don't see why he would have like said that. And also, it's so weird how that's so similar to what happened with me with the glass. You get what I mean? Like, why? I'm gonna use MAC blush. It's called Stunner. So I just thought it was really creepy because I hadn't told him about what happened with the glass, and I 100% believe him. I don't think like, oh, you know, he just said that and he broke it or whatever. Like, it really wasn't a big deal, you know what I mean? And he knew that, but like literally was cleaning in the other room, said he doesn't like know how it happened. It just hit the floor and crashed and like broke. So I wound up throwing it away, but I just thought that was so freaking creepy and like terrifying for my poor cleaner. Shout out to Angel though, he's the best. He's also coming by to help me like unpack. I love the app TaskRabbit, by the way, no sponsor here, but I'm obsessed with it because you can hire people to do like different things for you, whether it's cleaning or unpacking or doing like assistant work. That's really cool for me because there are some days where I need a personal assistant and there are some days when I don't. So I'm gonna like probably use that too. I think it's gonna be really great. I'm so sorry. I know I'm talking like crazy in this video, and it's just because like I'm so excited to finally get all of this out. I think I'll probably go ahead and do my brows, and that'll take a second. I can't really talk. Lately for brows, I just use Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Taupe. I'm just gonna clean up my brows really quick because they're a little crazy. I feel like my brows grow like weeds, like literal weeds. Oh my god, speaking of weeds, I need to like tell you guys this story. I was sitting with my friends at their place. We were just kind of talking. I'm so sorry. I promise you that growling is our foster dog, Morty. Chihuahuas make the funniest sounds. I never knew before. I think like, honestly, having a Chihuahua, by the way, recently, I did not know what strange little dogs they are. They're so different from any dogs I've ever like had in my life. I've had, you know, a lot of different dogs, and they were so weird. He's hilarious. I'm obsessed with him. But anyways, he's still doing great, by the way. I will do a video with him coming up, and I'm having a hard time deciding if I want him to just be my foster dog. I love him so much, but I also, like, I have a lot of responsibilities. I want him to be able to, like, have the attention he needs. The thing with him that I'm kind of intrigued with, also I like how I was like, oh, I won't talk during this part, and I'm talking anyways. The thing that I'm kind of interested in is he's a very good little travel dog. I've been taking him a lot of different places, like socializing him and stuff like that. And, you know, Annie, when I got her, I was like, oh, Anne will go everywhere with me, you know what I mean? Like, she'll go to the grocery store with me, she'll do this with me. And Annie is such a nervous creature. She cannot be around people. She is not, like, her personality is not good for a dog who would travel a lot. She doesn't even like when, like, she goes for a walk with someone who's not me. Like, I had a dog walker come by when I was out of town in Texas, just to, like, alleviate some of the pressure off my brother because he was watching them for me. And, like, Annie almost lost her mind, like, did not want to leave the house, was, like, crying, was terrified. So Morty's really interesting because he loves people. He loves going on adventures. He loves the car. He likes to be outside. I took him to the barn. He loves the barn. Like, that is one thing about him. He's this tiny little, like, 4-pound chihuahua, but he loves, like, going on adventures, and he has so much life in him, and it's so cool to me. It's so crazy someone just dumped that gorgeous little dog on the road. A lot of people say you can hear, like, this almost whooshing sound in the background of my Something Really Scary Is Happening video, the first one, obviously. The air was off. I always turn off the air because if I left it on, you would not be able to hear me talk. Love, don't know what that was. I know my brows are not done. I have literal goosebumps all over me. What the heck just happened is beyond me. Maybe I should show you guys really fast. Right outside of my office is this doggy gate, and as you can see, it, like, you have to lock it down. Do you hear that sound? It's making guys. My crazies, my crazies. So I heard the dog gate do this. Like, I heard that. I heard it close. I called my brother's name because I thought he was out here, and the back door is open and Christian's nowhere in sight. Of course, the minute I stop filming, that happens. Like, I literally heard it. You guys probably could have heard it if I had just left the camera on. But I was like, no, I'll, you know, save battery. Like, I'm not even really that phased. That was really creepy. But, like, is it sad how, like, oh, you know, just a normal Tuesday? This is probably a good time to say, too, like, there were a lot of people who were like, she's yanking your chain. Like, she is, you know, 100% lying to you. Like, if I was lying, I would probably have a much more elaborate and interesting story than, like, what's currently happening. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if, like, I probably would have seen a ghost or something like that. There are some people who are just being really kind of, like, not even kind of, like, pretty rude. Not even with just like, oh, I don't believe you, this and that. That's fine. Like, you don't have to believe anything. You don't have to believe that this wall on this side of the room is white because you don't see it. And because you're not sitting where I'm sitting. Like, you don't know my experiences, so you don't have to believe anything. But the amount of people that were like, you're schizophrenic, or like, have you checked for gas leaks for your hallucinations? Like, that is so rude. Just, like, don't watch, because I'm very clearly distressed. I'm so sorry for my dogs. I'm very clearly, like, going through some stuff right now, and, like, it's just really, number one, it's so offensive to, like, diagnose someone with a mental illness. Like, that's just so messed up. I have a family member with schizophrenia. Like, don't say things like that. But also, this is so real for me, and, like, what just happened, like, literally just happened. There is no, I don't know, there's no staging or anything like that. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how to, like, say that I'm being honest anyway, other than to just say that I'm being honest. I had talked about the thing with the candle. There was that whole thing with the dog gate just now. Things like that happen all the time too, where I'll hear footsteps right outside of the door of whatever room that I'm in, and I'll yell Christian, and he's not there. He's, like, upstairs in his room. His sleep schedule is really off right now. It's like 4 o'clock and he's asleep. He's been like staying up at night. He's going through some stuff right now, and light, like, he has really bad light sensitivity, so it's not like, you know, he can run back upstairs and go into a deep sleep or something like that. Like, I'm gonna do a tiny bit of eyeshadow just because I am going to a party tonight. I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Naked palette, which I repurchased. I had gotten a new one, and then it was stolen by my movers, which is awesome. We're gonna keep it pretty simplistic. This is kind of like my go-to for every day. I'm just gonna take a little bit of Naked, a little bit of Buck, kind of tap off the excess, work that into the crease. Very simple. And I'll do it pretty messily, like literally just place the color like so, and then I'll go back in and blend. I'm gonna take a little bit of Sin as well, just on kind of like a fluffy little shader brush. I like these fluffy ones because they don't like pack the color, so it's not intense AF on the eye. It's just like a little wash of something, you know. So of course, I literally never want to be in my apartment, which is wonderful. Christian is here very often. He, like I said, is just having like some issues right now that are not my place to talk about, but is just having some light sensitivity problems. And so he's here a lot. So he's watching Kiki 24/7, which is really great. Kiki's doing really well, by the way. They have not rechecked her blood yet, just because she's up and moving around. She's eating like crazy. She's displaying no symptoms, like her bowel movements are normal. They're gonna rerun her blood work in about a week and a half. And then that'll be her last vet visit, as long as everything comes back clean and like there's no internal organ damage. But they don't think that there is, which is great. When I tell you guys what my poor cat had to go through, you are going to be shocked she's alive. My cat is the best thing to ever grace this earth, and I love her so much. Also, by the way, I did not put paranormal story time in the title because YouTube isn't putting ads on my paranormal videos. I took paranormal out of my video tags and my AdSense immediately went back up. And then I uploaded like a Disneyland is haunted story time, and I had haunted in a different video tag, and that video for some reason didn't have ad. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm so mad at YouTube. I'm so over it. It's not even funny. But anyway, so that's why like paranormal story time isn't in the title anymore. So yeah, very clearly talking about this is probably not a good idea, but I feel like I have to. I know a lot of you are genuinely concerned. I know a lot of you are like, no, seriously, like stop talking about it, like you're gonna get hurt. I completely understand, and I like appreciate all of the concern. It's just, I feel like if I don't talk about it, I'm gonna go crazy. And I don't really like talking about it with my friends because it scares the crap out of them. IRL, like, you know what I mean? I love telling it to you guys because I know you have such an interest in this kind of stuff. But a lot of you have told me that while watching my videos, especially that one, I got so many tweets where people were like, when I was watching this video, my laptop started playing music by itself. Or like my internet went out the second I pulled up this video. Or like one girl said her bathroom door slammed while she was watching my video. Like such weird stuff is happening. And thanks for watching anyways. You guys are the real MVPs. I'm gonna highlight the inner corners just using a little bit of MAC Lightscapade, and then I'll highlight my face really fast. I'm running a little bit late. What time is it actually? It is 4:26. I was supposed to leave like 10 minutes ago. So yeah, there is one last story that I want to tell you guys, and I'm probably gonna wait until after I do my mascara and eyeliner, just so I can get that done and then tell it and then kind of wrap up this video, because I wanted to sort of pace these, although there's not a need because there's so much happening. Like, can you tell I'm genuinely like freaked out? I'm really distressed about this, and I think that's why I'm just so bothered by the people who are like calling me crazy, because I wish I don't know, I wish none of this was real. I wish I was making it up for views. I'm pretty scared. I'm gonna put a little bit of brow gel on super fast, set those puppies in place. I know this is just a quick get ready with me and I'm not really going into detail, but this is kind of my like everyday makeup routine. So now I'm gonna do my eyeliner. I have been kind of switching between like winged liner and just bar liner lately. Bar liner is usually my go-to. It just like, I have pretty round eyes, so I feel like it just sort of helps to emphasize that. I guess that's another thing, is I keep like seeing things move out of the corner of my eyes. Like I just saw like a shadow move on that side of the room and like nothing's over there. I feel like I sound so like calm, like this is just so normal now. I'm also gonna set off the rest of my face just using a little bit of All-Nighter makeup setting spray. Okay, so I put on a little bit of mascara. I'm having a really nice lash day. I feel like when I wear false lashes a lot and I don't like pile on mascara every single day, which that's what I've been doing, my lashes are so nice just because I think they get a little bit of a break. I just use the Better Than Sex. I'm gonna quickly define my lips just using Edge to Edge. This is a pencil from MAC. So I really like this lip pencil, by the way. Anyways, I'm gonna pop my lip color in a second, just my like liquid lipstick. I'm gonna get totally change and do my hair really fast. But I wanted to tell this story first because like I can't do anything until I talk about this. So like I said, I really haven't wanted to like be at my apartment very much recently, which is very hard because I have a lot of responsibilities. I run a literal zoo. I have to be here very frequently. It has meant that like, you know, while I'm out and about, like Christian has been great about taking the dogs for walks more, and luckily I have been busy naturally. It's not like I'm just avoiding all of my responsibilities here. It's more so like any time that like, okay, everything's done, I have a few free hours to like lay back and do whatever, I'm like out of here. I don't want to like spend any idle time here because it seems like creepy stuff happens constantly. I don't even know what to say or how to talk about this one. Sorry, I'm gonna do a little bit of blending super quick. I was at my friend's house last night and all of my friends were over. We were just hanging out. We were turning up on a Monday. Like, it was fine and nothing weird was going on. I was so tired because I haven't been sleeping very much or very well lately. And so I passed out on the couch at literally 1 in the morning. Everyone else kept going until like 4. I was so tired. And my friends, being great freaking friends, like poured water into my mouth, you know, not like tried to drown me, but like, you know, helped me hydrate, put a blanket on top of me, let me sleep. And I woke up this morning at like 7 a.m. because I heard that noise that I was telling you guys about. Like the growling sound that sounds like someone's talking. I heard it when I woke up this morning. And I was at my friend's place. I woke up on their couch. I was very, very, very confused and literally woke up, heard that sound, and immediately like shot up off of the couch. I was like, what the heck is that? My friend was dead asleep in his room. I was on the couch in the living room. I walked into the guest bedroom because that's where I heard it, and there was no one in there. That was one of the scariest moments of my entire life because it was so real and it was happening outside of this space. And like the second that I woke up, like I just heard that sound, you know what I mean? And it was so unnerving, and I literally like just sat there and I was like, I had planned on waiting for my friend to wake up, like, you know, we could meet up with everyone else, we could go get breakfast. Like, I got into an Uber and I went home because I was just like, I'm not good anywhere, you know? It was really creepy and I'm still pretty scared about it, and I'm literally packing a bag right now so I can go and hang out at their place. Like, I don't want to be in my apartment, so I'm like packing up and, you know, gonna go over there, but I'm not safe anywhere. So that's great. So I forgot to film the outro for this video and talk about my lip color, which is, by the way, Kim Kardashian West Liquid Lipstick by Kylie in the shade Kimmy. And so yeah, last night totally forgot to, well, yesterday afternoon, forgot to film the outro. Wound up going out with my friends, staying out, woke up this morning, had slept in my makeup, which I try not to do, but here's my makeup 24 hours later in case you were curious. I feel like if I had just touched up the concealer under here, in all honesty, if it weren't for the fact that like it kind of grosses me out, I would like want to wash my face, I could just like keep wearing this. All I did was pop on a little bit more blush, my lipstick, and a little bit of highlight, and that was it. So this is what the makeup looks like after 24 hours, sleeping, rolling around, eating Cheesecake Factory. It's great. So I'm gonna go ahead and go now that this video has spanned like 24 hours because I'm gonna edit and upload it this week. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, which I hope you did because this is probably one of the weirder videos I've ever filmed, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.